Here you go!
Niche Fighter Monday!
Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Niche Fighter Monday, y'all. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm of course Mr. MKL. This general space is the basement. Welcome to my humble abode. Hope everyone's doing okay on this Monday. Man, we're back for some more fighting games. Hey, what's going on? Welcome, schoolers. How's it going? Hope everyone's doing okay on this fine Monday. I got myself a coffee. I got myself my I'm all decked out in my combo breaker gear. I didn't even realize I just threw it on. I got like the combo breaker workout shorts and this lovely Morgan t-shirt. I mean, come on. This is a design. So I am subconsciously getting myself ready for combo breaker. That's coming up super fast, man. Ah, yes, the EXA announcements. It is another year of Evo Japan, which inevitably means another slew of announcements from EXA Arcadia, announcing not only fighting games but other, you know, they get shoot 'em ups. They got their hands in a lot of in a lot of pies. Fingers in a lot of pies, I suppose. So yeah, this year they announced. I mean, so first of all, for those who don't know, EXA Arcadia is a arcade hardware developer as well as publisher, and they have spent the last several years kind of building up their business around getting lapsed IPs, old IPs, relatively inexpensive IPs, indie games, and bringing them to a hardware an arcade hardware platform, right? What is up, KO? So, yeah, so in previous years, they have brought games like Light Green 8's Dynamite Bomb, which is a 2D fighter maker game, as well as Project Atsuki and their what is the name of that game? Oh my god. I'm gonna go mad now. Axel City. There we go. That's the one. So Dynamite Bomb and Axel City were brought to EXA Arcadia a couple years ago. Daruki Tenshin has been announced for several years and apparently got another trailer this year indicating that they're still working on making an update to that game. There's update, and they do updates, and this is what they do. It's like exclusives, right? So they're exclusive versions of games on EXA Arcadia as a platform, EXA's platform, right? So Vampire Hunter, there's a version of Chaos Code, I believe. There's a ton of like indie games and niche fighting games, and now old games, right? The Daruki Tenshin has been in the works for a while now. There's an Asuka 120% update coming out for, right? So they're getting all these old IPs and they're bringing them back to the arcades. And unfortunately, that means there's some level of exclusivity there, which means that we don't get them at home, right? So if you're not within easy reach of an EXA Arcadia machine, then tough noogies. You can't you can't play the game. So that's kind of like the state of affairs. And every year for the last few years, EXA has made these announcements, and people have started getting upset, right? I understand. I'm always upset that we can't play some of these amazing games, right? Exclusivity sucks. Now, in the world of modern consoles and PCs, the exclusivity it's an anachronism, right? Like, and it's largely going away. It's disappearing as time goes on. In the realm of arcades, it kind of makes sense, right? Like, you need some kind of grand incentive, right? And the experience of playing on a physical arcade cabinet in a physical space, that is obviously there. But the games as well, right? Like, let's be real. Would I go search out an XR Arcadia machine to play Dynamite Bomb or Axel City 2 if I can play it at home? Probably not, right? So, like, I understand that there's, like, a whole business model that they have built up around getting these exclusives, having them be incentives, and convincing, convincing players and arcade operators to, right, to come out to locations for these games. So, I don't know. It's one of those tough things where it's like, do I want a successful coin-op business, right? That would be nice. Like, I would like a more robust and successful coin-op ecosystem, because then I could partake in it, because I do like I do like arcades. I do like going to them. So, right? So yeah, I kind of want developers to be like, yes, this is good for me to be able to invest in this platform, right? And EXA is making it a thing that works by engaging in exclusivity, which sucks. Yes, that confirmed. Canadians, while we may be awesome, obviously hate small business, and I mean freedom, right? Otherwise, we'd be American. So. So it is like honestly, I mean, and people don't want to talk about this, and you don't have to care about this. I understand if people don't necessarily, but like the business of games and arcades, it kind of matters to us at least in some way, right? Like, we're not necessarily personally invested, but if these things can't be successful, we don't have them. If a coin-op industry can't be successful, we don't have arcades to go to, as have seen by the decline of arcades as they have been progressively harder to make successful, right? So, I don't know. I'd like that, but also, does it make sense, right? Like, I mean, like, and this is the problem with us on the outside, is we don't have any of the actual information as to how successful this is. How much are developers making off of their sales in the arcade? How good are the XR Arcadia sales? Do they justify the not only investment of time, but the loss of sales of that kind of stuff elsewhere, right? What kind of designs are happening? I know for some of the indie developers, they're like, our game is out on PC, and we're continuing to update our game on PC, but there are arcade exclusive things. There are modes that work better in person, and so those are becoming exclusive. But like, they're not doing exclusive characters, they're not doing exclusive balance patches or anything like that, right? So there are ways that you can engage in this that are better than others. But on the topic of Tattoo Assassin, which is a game that was never finished, right? Like, Tat-Ass never came out, which, side note, the fact that the official MAME entry for Tattoo Assassins is Tat-Ass is just chef's kiss. I mean, that makes me smile. But in the case of Tattoo Assassins, why, right? And as Skular says, right, it's exclusivity aside, Tattoo Assassins was such a crazy choice, right? But when you kind of think about what EXA's doing, is it really that crazy? Probably not, right? I mean, like, it seems out of left field at first glance, but then you're like, no, they are picking up unfinished games, Daruki Tenshin, right? Like, they're getting title updates to games like Dynamite Bomb and Axel City, ostensibly, right? And they are like, let us get a variation, right? Like, we're getting an update to Vanguard Princess. We're getting an update to Asuka, right? So taking these old games, unfinished games, prototypes, and completing them is kind of like in line with what they do. So Tattoo Assassins makes a lot of sense in that way, because it wasn't finished. We just got the proper update in MAME to give it correct audio. So like, it kind of lines up. I'm genuinely curious how much of those things are connected. I don't know if they are at all. It seems serendipitous timing to have Tattoo Assassins be announced as an Exa exclusive just as the update for the MAME comes out, right? That's interesting to me. Because like those things had to have been happening in tandem, right? Like it's not like the audio update just happened. It's not like in the intervening 3 weeks, XR Arcadia was like, bye, right? So. Yo, what's going on? It could be pure coincidence, right? Or was it that this was actively being worked on because of the update? They realized this, and through, you know, the arcade scene grapevine, that came out, right? But this is not uncommon for what X Arcadia does, right? So what they've been doing is they are going after licenses that are fairly old and fairly affordable because they were not ever like, you know, the top tier IPs and licenses. So they can get stuff like Spectral versus Generations, right? The IGS game that was released on the PGM arcade platform. And if you know what those two things that I just said were, you're in about the 0.05% of the population who understands what we're talking about. Everyone else doesn't know what the fuck is going on, which is why they could probably afford to get those licenses, right? And now it probably opens the door to other IGS games like Martial Masters, like The Killing Blade, like stuff like that, right? So, yo, thank you for the follow, so guy. Much appreciated. And it is a pretty Western-centric game, but, right, and I think that is something that they're interestingly branching out into. But it makes sense that they go to a Western game that has, you know, no real commercial value outside of a niche sphere, and I think that's their game, right? Where they're like, look, we understand that we're the arcade coin-op. That is a niche, right? And so saying we're gonna get the dedicated niche who are willing to pay for this stuff, right? I mean, it has been a really interesting experience in the last year since I've done my last Why Are We Dooming About Exa Arcadia video, right? I have people in my YouTube comments every few weeks defending Exa Arcadia as like an idea and a platform, right? And an ecosystem. And some of the justifications I agree with, some of them are kind of wild, right? But like one of the things that people have said in my comments is that, oh, look, like arcade enthusiasts are kind of like Neo Geo enthusiasts, which is the, you know, the lineage that Exa's pulling from here. And it's like, and those people spend a whole obscene amount of money on their setups. So spending, you know, $2,500 on an Exa Arcadia setup and then $1,000 a game on Exa games, that you can just play at home because it's a basic I/O. You can plug it into a monitor. You can plug in USB controllers, right? Like, apparently people are doing that, right? And if that kind of niche, hyper enthusiast market kind of satisfies them as a business, then great. And then all this tertiary stuff of like arcade operators getting it and then selling to arcade operators, that's the other supplement for it, right? And that's how they make it work. I guess. Like, yeah, we're talking Exa again, Grav, right? Like, so, I don't know. Does that make sense, right? Maybe it does. Maybe it does for developers and them as a publisher and a platform owner. Do we like it as players? Hell no, right? Do I like it that I don't get to play the new Asuka? No. Do I like it that I have to, you know, basically go to Evo to find an Exa machine so I can play Dynamite Bomb and Axel City 2? No, that really sucks, right? Like, so yeah, like, I don't know. It is one of those things. Do I want arcades to succeed because do I want the arcade scene to survive? Yes. If that's going to require this kind of exclusivity, maybe them's the breaks in that way. Like, but we don't have to like it by any stretch of the imagination, right? And I, because this is the other side of it, right? So like, say it is the argument that exclusivity means smaller market and you're not selling to that many people, so no one can play it. Therefore, bad and unprofitable, right? Like, is that the argument? Because that's kind of the argument outside of I don't like it, which, yeah, right? Like, is that the argument against it? So, like, because if that's a fair assessment, then I'm like, does bringing it to Steam and selling it to us make sense? Right? Is that better for them? Like, I don't know. Maybe selling 100 copies at $1,000 each is way better for them than selling 1,000 copies at $10 each, right? But I don't know. I would be interested. I mean, the couple of developers that I have spoken to that have worked with XR Arcadia have been very happy with their arrangement and their ability to get their games in an arcade and to be able to do something special for that format, right? So for all of the discussion around that, I think that is worth noting. But I think the bigger issue with EXA, as far as I'm concerned, is as I'm learning, the owner of the company is apparently not great. I have heard rumors of inappropriate interactions. I haven't heard, like, not many details, right? And I'm like, that's a fair thing to not want to support, right? So I don't know. I'd be curious. I don't know if anyone else, like, I think it was Brandon Sheffield talking about this, and I'm like, I trust them enough to say that that's probably accurate. So, as you understand wanting exclusive arcade distribution rights, but PC and console are entirely different demographics, and they're killing the goodwill from the public. Okay, okay, I understand that as an argument, absolutely, right? And I mean, and like I said, there are some instances, like Dojo Masters from Pixelated Visions is on Steam right now. You can get it, and it's continuing to get updates. And there's also an EXA version of Dojo Masters that has, I believe, it's an exclusive, like, team mode or something like that. And some different, like, presentation differences for the arcade format, right? So, like, those things can coexist, which is good and important to note, right? But that's interesting. They're entirely different demographics, and they're killing the goodwill. I mean, that is definitely true. That, like, especially amongst the fighting game community, like, as I said before, my argument is that EXA as a company is catering to the niche. And so if this is now alienating the niche that they're trying to sell to, how productive is that, right? Then yeah, that is absolutely fair. And I think to that point, yeah, right, the Cotton Remake and Cotton Fantasy are on Steam and PS4 too, so it's possible to escape EXA jail, right? Well, and this is it. Like, I think there are two different types of relationships that I see between EXA and the games that they have on their platform. And one of them is a direct relationship with developers working to do something like that, right? So it's, hey, Cotton on PC, also Cotton in arcades, because that kind of makes sense. Dojo Masters, indie fighting game available on PC, also available, right, on arcades. That makes sense. And those things can coexist comfortably, right? But then there's the other relationship, which is the Tattoo Assassins relationship, which is the Vanguard Princess relationship. And that is very different, right? That is EXA, the company, buying up IPs, right? They're saying Tattoo Assassins, now you're here. They're saying Daruku Tenchi, now you're here. They're saying Vanguard Princess, right? And in the case of Vanguard Princess, the way that they went about it is that the IP registration lapsed, right? So the original developer allowed the license to lapse, or the IP to lapse. And in that situation, there's a vacuum. And under Japanese IP law, you can basically say, that's mine now. And I am going to do something with it since it's been abandoned, right? And you have to set aside a portion of your proceeds should the original developer come back and reassert their rights, right? There's a window in which they can do that, right? And so EXA said, this is ours now. Whatever we make, we're setting this aside. If he comes back, we can pay him off, we can give him portions, we can buy him out, whatever the case may be, right? But if that doesn't happen, you just keep it, right? And this is something that the reason I think it's a little bit shady, while completely legal, while this is a completely legal maneuver, right? It is very shady. And this is actually reminiscent of what concert bootleggers used to do in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, where before a lot of international copyright law was reformed, where you had bootleggers who would be able to, in certain regions, primarily Italy, you would be able to do something like this, record a concert, even though you don't have the rights to it, and sell that bootleg CD or bootleg tape, right? Or record, as the case may be. And you had to set aside. If the IP owner, if the band came to you and said, hey, that's ours, you owe us X percentage, you had to pay them out. But no one really did that, and it was a convoluted process, and because the copyright laws were so messy in Italy, people were able to circumvent the system and bootleg shit elsewhere, bring it to Italy, sell it through there, and no one fucking knew, so no one was able to track down, and so these people were just able to keep that, right? And so this is a very, very similar scheme. I mean, okay, maybe scheme is similar mode of operation that, you know, concert bootleggers used to use, that now EXA is using, because that is just the way the legal system works, right? And it feels shady, right? But it's playing by the rules, right? And that is, once again, something that, like, we don't have to like it, and we definitely don't have to support it. So, like, I understand if that is, for some people, a bridge too far, right? Yeah, the shmup community has gotten talking about it too, because there are a bunch of EXA label shoot 'em up games now, right? EXA did go after MAME emulation to prevent games from being played on licenses they just recently purchased, right? Yeah, or acquired. Yeah, and that is, once again, something they can try to do. With emulation, it's a little trickier. Like, emulation is legal, so it's a little tougher to go after that, but there are various trademark things that they could probably get people on. Redistribution rules that they could get people on, right? And so they have gone after people for it. And so I think, and so that is the other way that this company operates and gets new games, right? So I think this is kind of the problem, where it's like, I've seen this in, like I said, in the folks who have been commenting on my YouTube videos over the past year, where it's like, someone will say, I have concerns about this, and then someone will respond talking about one side of the market. I have concerns with how they're acquiring IPs through legally questionable means sometimes, right? And someone's like, yeah, but look, a developer is making a game that they wouldn't otherwise be able to make. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but this is, right, like, they're over here, these are different, so... Neo Geo had the AAS, maybe they offered a cheaper console version, right? Well, and yeah, and this is it, where it's like, you can just buy, you don't need to buy the cab. You can buy the unit, which is basically a consoleized arcade, right? And like, it's just in like an aluminum box, and it's got I/O ports, and you plug it into a TV, and you plug in your controllers, and plug in the game, and away you go, right? But yes, like, I see you, and I agree with you. I think it's worth remembering how much more expensive games were on the AES versus the MVS for Neo Geo games, right? Home console, like the AES home console versions of those games were so expensive. And the MVS versions were significantly cheaper because the hardware was more, right? It's like, that was how they kind of balanced it. So like, I think if they engaged in a consoleized version, we would see a similar inflation of prices, right? Which I think is partly why they're just like, look, enthusiasts, go. You can spend the several $1,000s, and I gotta lie. I mean, I can't lie, rather. I would have to lie to say that I didn't want one. Like, I would absolutely love a fucking Exabox here. So, right, we can play some whatever. They have a Dononpachi on there, like, I played some of the shmups at EVO last year on the Exa machines. They were really fun, man. Like, I would love to play, yeah, right? Like, not gonna lie, you'd buy an Exa Home or an Essica box in a heartbeat, right? That's it. Like, I'm right there for it, but it's prohibitively expensive, right? That is just where we're at, right? Which, I mean, coming back to it, like, I think that's really the core of it, right? Where we're just like, we would love to, I would give you money, I cannot give you that much, right? Like, that is, I think that's a big part of the core of it. And then there are aspects of the ecosystem which are either questionable or frustrating or are downright, like, counterproductive, right? So, yeah, the business model only works from a consumer standpoint if arcades are prevalent, but sadly they just aren't anymore. I mean, this is why I so want to know, man. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna reach out because, like, I want to know, man. What are your sales figures, guys? How many Exa units have you sold in the United States? How many have you sold in Canada? How many physical locations do you have, right? And this is it, like, where I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, how can I not go to the Exa Arcadia website and find a map of all of the establishments, the arcade establishments who have Exa machines, right? I'm sure they have a list. So I can't go and find out, though. And I feel like if there were enough of them to be impressive, that they would tell us, right? I get that inkling, so... UK would probably be your limit. I think... Oh god, I'm curious now. It's been a while since I looked it up. I want to say it was like 2,800. I might be wrong. No, because the games are like 2K, some of them, right? Yeah, you have to inquire about their full cabinets. These are fighters, actions. Where's your hardware, guys? Hardware. $2,735 for the Exa Arcadia system kit. Compatible with flat panel HD monitors, CRT displays up to 4K. Yo, thank you, Foxy, for the resub, my friend. Much appreciated. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 4 different games. So four slot board, JVS, JAMA compatible. Requires a JVS compatible arcade cabinet with a DVI input or a JAMA cab. All right. Right? So you're looking at under 3K US for a unit, and then $500 to $2,500 per game, right? That's kind of where you're at if you wanna buy an Exa machine. Which is why I'm just like, when I read it in my YouTube comments, people saying just with a straight face, oh, if you're a big fan, you can just buy your own kit. You can make it make sense. And I'm like, I'm sure some people can, but But yeah, no, that's it, right? Where I'm like, even if you like, I could justify as the enthusiast in me, right? Like saying, over the next 20 years, I'm going to invest in an Exa system and, right, and games. I have an arcade machine. I have a Puzzle Bobble 2 machine here. I want another machine. I want a one of the like, I want like an Astro City or a Vulix or something like that, so I can have more real arcade games in my place. That is something I would like to do, right? So it's not out of the realm of possibility. But no, you're like $3K US, and then yeah, say you want to pick up Toho Perfect Sakura Fantasia, just another $2,000 US, right? How much are our fighting games, right? Gimmick for $13.10. Fight of Gods for $1,641. Samurai Showdown 5 Perfect, $2K. Dynamite Bomb, $1,600. Axel City, $1,600. So this is it, right? Like, look at, like, who am I? Who am I? And, like, who are we around here? And what would we get, right? So, like, if I wanted to fill up an XR Arcadia machine with 4 games, right? Breaker's Revenge, say, Dynamite Bomb, right? We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You know, we're looking at $10,000 for 4 games. So, like, right? Yay! Like, I am, dude. Like, I will spend a couple $100 on a Mr. Pi. I will spend some money on, you know, retro hardware. I don't have a problem with that. But there's yeah. So it's a 4-slot motherboard. You can fit 4 game cards in them and swap between them exactly like the Neo Geo, right? But like, that's wild. Like, even like, for $10,000, you can get significantly more Neo Geo. you get yourself a 6-slot and right, and fucking a few dozen games. You can get a whole ass big red cab, like, not worry about that shit, right? Yo, Mr. Gimmick is such a good goddamn game too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are so many great things. Like, I would love to play a lot of these games, right? I can play some versions of them, which is nice. But like, man, you can't, no, like, you can't come in and tell me, even for the enthusiast of enthusiasts, like, that is a communal thing, right? And I'm like, I'm sorry, man, we barely have, our locals are struggling to be locals and play on consoles that we all already own. Ain't no way we're crowdfunding 10K for Toronto top tiers to be able to have an Exa machine, right? Like, it's just, it's not something that really makes sense, right? Which it doesn't have to be for us, but I hate the argument being that it can be, right? Like, that is a little disingenuous. So I hate to see that come my way whenever I talk about this. Mind you, not from you folks. Like I said, this is, y'all should really go check out the YouTube comments on our Why Are We Dooming About Exa video. Like, it is an eye-opening look into what the like arcade, I don't even want to call them community, but like the arcade market is like, where like that is, they're operating on a different scale than us in the indie fighter world here, right? So when our indie fighters go to that world, it's a bit of like, what is happening here, right? Moving over 2D Fighter Maker games are getting arcade ports. I should be delighted, yet here we are. Yeah, no, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, right? And like, look, Light Green 8 and Project Atsuki are obviously pleased with whatever they've done. And this is like, if you like the brass tacks of it, like, you can go take a look at how many copies Dynamite Bomb and Axel City have sold on DL site, and for what price they're at. Even if you imagine that all of those games are full price and that DL site doesn't take a cut, I'm pretty sure they made more money if they sold 1 unit of their game on the Exa platform, right? So, does that make it worth it for them? Maybe, right? And am I going to fault them for that? No. No, I'm not. I'm going to be happy for them that their game is out there. They made an arcade-inspired fighting game, and it is in an arcade in the year of our Lord 2024. 5. Great, right? Like, yeah, we should be happy for that. But on a personal level, nah, man. I'm seeing these games. I'm seeing the. I mean, like, look, guys. Like, I have I have a relatively unhealthy obsession with 2D Fighter Maker games, right? So, the fact that I'm seeing some of these gems, like absolute gems of games, now maybe get locked away, right? That is a troubling thought for me. So yeah, there's Axel City and there's Axel City Complete on PC, but Axel City 2, yeah, I don't think it is. Though there is an upcoming game from Project Atsuki, which I believe is coming to PC. I don't know if it has not been announced as an X exclusive, I don't think. But that being said, are we going to get a PC version and an Exa version? That would be interesting. I would be much more hopeful about X Arcadia stuff if we have seen the first wave of X exclusive fighting games get their next waves, like have it be released multi-platform. I would at least be a little bit happier about that. Yeah, and like and right, I was so stoked, Crow, like being able to play those games. That was fantastic, man. Like I my eyes lit up when I was at the Evo Arcade last year and I saw Dynamite Bomb. I was so stoked. And people immediately sat down because they were like, "What is this?" Right? And I'm like, "Yes, let me tell you the tale, my friend." So, like, yeah, no, it was great. And I want there to be more of that, right? And it's like, if the answer is Exa becomes successful enough to be readily available to the people that care about it, then amazing. That's a big ask, right? So perhaps we will get something, right? Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. Just how they won't go scorched earth with DMCAs, especially with the games available on Fightcade. Yeah, like I said, there are kind of two ways that Exa has been operating with their partnerships with developers and IPs. If it shifts more towards the collaborative, let us get Dojo Masters on arcades, great, right? I think that'll be better for everyone. And because as to Butler's point from earlier on, you're burning the goodwill of the people who care most about it and who will support you and buy your games, right? And if you do that too much, they're not going to be there for you when you need them. So that's the reciprocal nature there. Yeah, I thought we were done with this with Examu. Nah, man, we're back. It's the EX Arcade fucking vortex. Oh, was it really, Scolaris? I didn't realize that the C&D from Exa was at Cave's behest. And I mean... Okay, I don't have any proof of this, but my sense is that Cave has been litigious in the past. Yeah, Exa and literally everything happening with the new game. Hard to justify bothering with new fighting games. I mean... But you know what? Guys, I'm looking at the indie game horizon right now, and there's a lot of great stuff coming. So, right? Like, there is hope to be had. Modern fighting games can still do it. They have been for the last 5 years. I believe they will for the next 5. Yes! Oh, Scolaris, yes. You worry that Exa is too insulated from criticism since it's mostly coming from niche game fans in other countries. I think that's exactly it. And it's coming from not their primary arcade market and demographic. So I believe that that's, yeah, like, they are not primed to receive the criticism that we're giving. And I mean, if I'm being fair, I think a lot of the criticism that is being leveled is understandably just like the kind of, this is my vibe reaction, right? This is like my gut reaction, this is my visceral reaction to my issues with it. So that's not always the clearest criticism. Did I win? Did I win the battle against Exa? Not yet. Not yet. I've sent the invite though. We are going to meet on the field of battle, which will probably be the Evo show floor. Yeah, and this is Guardian, this is it. All we want to do is tat some asses. I mean, I come out and I hear about musical tat ass, and all of a sudden it's Exa tat ass, and I would like some ass to tat. Okay, I was like, I'm like, if I was more of a troll, I would be going on every single Exa Arcadia Doom post, and I would be and I would find all of that person's favorite fighting games. See them talking about Primal Rage. See them talking about Koihime Enbu. And then be like, just at Exa Arcadia. Just that, no commentary. Just every time a niche fighter gets announced, at Exa Arcadia. I think just in this moment of everyone being unhappy, oh my fucking god. It would be. I would put money on Tattoo Assassins being in the mystery bracket at Combo Breaker this year. I will check my DMs, Butler. I want to see what's up. Oh, really? Oh, Foxy, that's amazing. Yo, shout outs to folks, man. I want to, yo, one of these years, Foxy, I will be at Evo Japan, and I will enter the Robo-O tournament. Oh man, the trio of tournaments, Robo-O, Uchu Mega Fight, and Kianta. Mwah, that's a beautiful trio of tournaments. Oh, that's fantastic. That makes me so happy that that someone came by. One of the basement crew came by to say some kind words. Aw. No, but see, guys, I'm not. Look, I am happy, jovial, like we're making good vibes in this community, which is why people were able to go from Canada to Japan and make a little bit of a connection there, right? Like that is I want more of that. But it would be freaking hilarious to do the at Exa thing. I'm just saying, like, as far as top-notch asshole ideas goes, that's up there, man. Oh, and can we take a second to talk about how amazing it is that we're getting some new stuff. We're getting new Robo-O characters. We're getting new Uchi. Oh man, the Kianta edition is so good. I love that these 3 games worlds are all crossing over now, right? Which is like, we're gonna be, I think we're gonna be in for a treat for Uchu Mega Fight cross Robo-O, right? Like, I'm sorry, Pico 8 tag game, and now with the possibility of Kianta. Oh well, thank you. I am glad that folks are recognizing the work that I'm doing here. I'm trying to do it right, and it really does make me happy, and I always appreciate the kind words from folks and hearing when we make those connections. The best part of the troll is that it's such a heavy knowledge check, right? Look, it'll go right over a lot of people's heads, and that's fine. But it'll make some people seethe. But yes, no, big congratulations to the Robo-O, the Yokohama crew, right? The everyone over there, Harama, as well as Foxy and Uchuzine. Y'all are holding it down. I'm so happy that you're there at Evo Japan every year, running events, and you know, and working together. Like, it is such. I really do appreciate that it is such a like collaborative group of developers, and I don't know, we're getting amazing stuff out of it. Like the Robo-O Uchu Mega Fight crossover stuff has already been fantastic. It has brought so much to the game. The new artists and the new art that have been introduced, right? Like, it's great. They're sharing like design and combat ideas. It is an amazing little microcosm of like fighting game developer cross-pollination. I think it's worth looking at because a lot of interesting fighting game experiments are coming out of it. Yeah, the niche and the side games at Evo Japan are fantastic. Yeah, I imagine it was a lot of work though, right? Yeah, you kind of end up in a, like, everything shuts down for a week as you go into Evo mode, right? Yeah, I understand that. All right. I think we're up to date though now, right? I think that's where we've been at. We've been dooming about EXA. We've been celebrating Evo Japan. Yeah, right? I know. I mean, I have been very open with my thoughts about Evo and indies and side games over the years. I think there's a lot that we can do right on that front. And I think looking at Evo Japan as a template is probably a very good idea. They have done such a good job of rallying the different communities and allowing that, right? And it's super smart where you're just like, look, you guys are gonna do all the work, right? But we're gonna make sure everyone knows that you're doing it, where you're doing it, and that it matters, right? And it's like, it's positioned and it is kind of supported in a way that really lets those guys flourish. Well, yeah, that's it, right? And because they are different teams, right? Like the people, like there is obviously crossover. There is a wider Evo umbrella, right? But like Evo France is not the same as Evo Japan, is not the same as Evo Vegas, right? Like those are kind of like, you could see it, right? Because it's like Kayane and what is it, Phenom doing the Evo France stuff, right? And so it's like, I believe they're tied into the organizational structure there. I'm not sure who handles it on the Evo Japan side. Let's try for a VIP ticket. Oh, yes, please. Yeah, they let the co-op cup guy run the third strike stuff, right? So yeah, they're very cognizant about that stuff, and I think there is, yeah, great opportunity to learn from that stuff. And I mean, with Rick the Hado running Evo, right? I mean, you've seen what he and his team have pulled from events like Combo Breaker, right? And events like Frosty and events like, right? And then pulled that into Evo as like, okay, how can we do this thing, right? And now that what we have, especially now that there are like multiple regions, and it'll be really interesting to see in the next couple years, right? Evo Japan has developed a bit of an identity of its own, which is fantastic, right? And it's like, is Evo France going to do that as well? And then how can these regions learn from each other? Yeah, okay, yeah. Hayama, that's a fair point, right? The Japanese niche FGC might be in a different situation, maybe economically, that allows them to kind of support those games, right? Very much in the here, guys, I brought my 2 Vulix cabinets connected to play Kianta 2 vibes. And I mean, and that's absolutely, right? No, I think that maybe, and there are like geographic restrictions that are different for, you know, the Japanese community than there are in North America, right? That's very different. There are economic differences in Japan, North America, South America, different parts of Europe, right? So that's all kind of, yeah. You need to, but when you find the people who can do it, and this is it, right? Where it's like, there's a reason that Evo worked with Shib and the Vortex Gallery folks for so long, because they were like, look, you're equipped to do this, and we can entrust you to do it right, right? And then you empower those people, right? And so it's like, yeah, every time you get an opportunity to do that, it's just part of the big problem is that being able to find those opportunities, to find those people, and to properly support them is itself a challenge, right? And then once you do that, then you have to do the thing, which is also a challenge. Well, yeah, and then the arcade infrastructure helps. You have arcades and like physical locations that people might be there for other games, but also they make a point of doing the niche thing, right? And then, right, like HO and stuff like that. There's a really good opportunity there, right? And I think it allows the Japanese community to support those things in a way that you see it reflected in Evo Japan, in a way that doesn't get reflected necessarily in Evo Vegas and Evo US, right? Where it is a much looser, come to the BYOC and host your tournament, which is amazing, and that's part of it, and that's kind of how we've always operated, right? But it's more of a, we're not finding the person who can do the thing and we can entrust them. It is, okay, do it. We trust you to do it, right? And it's, yeah, we don't know who you are, but we trust you. Just figure it out. Right? And a lot of the North American tournaments work that way, where it's just like, we are providing the space, which is a huge key component of it. Okay, and let's not get it twisted, right? Just the space is a huge key component of it. And I think that's, but, and so that the ethos in our communities has always been, if you build it, they will come. And so, but you have to go and build it, right? But it seems much more like the Japanese community is, we have spotted the people who have built it, let's bring them here. Yes, yo, Aaron, yeah, I know you have a lot of thoughts on this. Maybe you'll reach out after you do the stream about your frustrations with Exile. You missed our stream about frustrations with Exile. I'm keen on seeing what your takes are. I know that you said you're gonna do a little Exa talk, so yeah, I'm gonna try to be there for that, because I definitely want to hear what you have to say on it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Building the 3 site, having the roundup of all the niche games they'd planned for Evo Japan way in advance, that makes a huge difference. Provide people with the tools and that's the support, right, that I was talking about, that allows these things to thrive and flourish. Yeah. Yeah, every platform has issues, right? PS5 overheats, Xbox BDS, PC unwieldy. Only one free from sin is Mister. I mean, but then apparently, if you get a Mr. Pie, then there is some issues, right? I definitely heard some folks very upset that somebody would dare make a cheaper Mr. I am mostly upset with the naming of it because it's not a Raspberry Pi, so Mr. Pi is definitely a confusing name. You know, all it takes for hype is a splash screen with a billion different game logos. It's true. People will fucking pick through that stuff to be like, where is it? Where's mine? I want to see. Oh shit, right? That alone, honestly, does a lot, right? Oh yeah, no, and I gotta be real. The user experience of Mr., especially during setup, is kind of a pain. Like, for home use, I have my PC anyways, so I'm like, that's cool, I can just emulate it. For traveling, it does make a lot more sense, but I think, you really need to be like, I have everything set up, and I know how to get to it. And then if my video doesn't work, I have a troubleshooting solution. Yeah, staring at Mr. Stuff all week like learning a new language. No, it absolutely is, right? And it's like, I know some dedicated Mr. users who are just like, it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, because that's your primary mode. So like you're embedded in it, right? But it's like, if you haven't really set it up and put some thought into it, it can be cumbersome, right? I gotta be real. I get RetroArch vibes when I'm going through menus in Mr. It's not actually all that daunting. I don't want to dissuade anybody from using a Mr. I just think that it is worth knowing that its setup is not just plug and play, right? And it's like I definitely think knowing, like, when I saw people using Misters at events and seeing them just effortlessly do everything, I was like, oh, this is going to be really easy. And then I started doing it, and I was like, oh, okay. Yes, that is amazing, Foxy. I didn't realize, so that is in fact Mr. Uchizine outside of a theater. That's beautiful. Mr. Connie's character for the theater troupe. I know, yeah, Blue Moon was in UMF, so. Yo, KO, that's fair. Heatwave does have a Steam page now. It is coming to Steam. I'm shilling. I will take any opportunity I can to shill Heatwave. Yeah, I wouldn't say itch.io is necessarily worse than Steam by any measures for devs. Not sure about that. Oh, you do, yeah, it is getting up on Steam. Yeah, no, and honestly, itch.io is actually really good for developers in a lot of ways. Fairly easy update process for your games, is my understanding. There is an itch.io launcher that you can get as a user, which makes managing your games like Steam a little bit easier. I think the biggest issue is that it is yet another fucking platform, is the biggest problem with itch.io, and like anything, like, it's yet another platform, so, but in terms of downloading it even from the website, it's not that bad, like, because you can just go into your library, have your game, download the executable, but I understand that people might not want to do that, right? Yeah, no, and that's it. Yeah, if it's not on Steam, it's put at a disadvantage because it's just another platform. It's the same thing where I get, itch.io is also great for developers because they get to set their split of the costs. So like how much goes back to the platform, right? It's like 30% on Steam. You get to set your split as a developer on itch, which is one of the best things. So I've spoken to several developers who are very, very happy with itch as a platform, but also they end up putting their games on Steam because you gotta have your game. That's where it is, right? Like, so especially for like, hey, it's early access. I don't want to do a Steam early access, but I can do itch.io, maybe get a little bit of money. Arcus Chroma did that for the longest time. Heatwave did that, right? A bunch of games have done this. Oh yeah, Hayama, discoverability is a perennial problem, right? Like, what do you do, man? Like, fighting is a meaningless tag on every single storefront for video games. Do two objects make contact? It's a fighting game. Like, it is so not helpful, right? And yeah, it is a pain going through that, but it's the same thing on Steam, right? I don't know. I wouldn't say better or worse, but fucking a problem, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's KO, to your point. I think that's the biggest thing, right? It's like you do access the games differently, and I think for a lot of people that's just like you're already making the like, do I want this game or not? How much is it worth or not? What payment methods are available? How do I even find it, right? Like, it's every extra layer of that is why it's yet another platform problem, right? I think that's really the core of it. The unstoppable hitbox is the immovable hurtbox. Yeah. No, if hitbox meets hurtbox, then fighting game. It is so frustrating. Like, as someone who just wants a specific thing, man, right? And it's so funny to me how this is like has not been realistically like dealt with. I mean, I'm sure it happens with other genres as well, where you get this weird crossover where it becomes meaningless at some point. But like, one of the biggest pieces of advice that you can get as a developer when making a Steam page is make sure your genre is very clearly communicated in the first screenshot, right? So like, if it's a fighting game, you put it up and there are health bars and a timer, and maybe some meters, and then two characters facing off, at least two characters facing off, you know it's a fighting game. Like, that communicates fighting game immediately, right? And so I'm always like, if we're able to do that, how can we not then say that means fighting game in tag, right? And it's like, ah, God, I know it's a more complex problem than that, but oh, geez, it's like, let it mean something meaningful, because if I click on the fighting tag and you start giving me other things, I stop looking at the fighting tag and the fighting tag becomes meaningless. So why are we using it, right? I'm almost tempted to be like, tell all indie fighting game devs to use another unrelated tag, right? Like there's gotta be it. Fucking, there's gotta be like what? Maybe we could do martial arts simulation. Right? And have that be, and it's like, you go to, there's like 4 games that are actual martial arts simulators, and then it's fighting games all the way down. Yeah, sometimes, right? No, and it's true. Sometimes it's communication from the dev's part, and it's like positioning on the dev's part. But also sometimes, like, but sometimes it is correct, right? And like, I don't know. there are tags which are meaningful to people in other genres that are kind of explicitly genre defining for fighting games, and so I think that's where some of the crossover comes, and you can't really fight all of that, but like, yeah, right. And I think my thing is there's a difference between fighting and fighting game, right? Like, fighting is, sure, that can be, Sifu can be fighting. I don't have a problem with that, right? But like, fighting game is means something different than Sifu. It means something different than Devil May Cry, right? Can't fully punch down at the devs. A lot of them just aren't in the know, and even some of the devs okay, that's another thing, man. I think it is, you would be amazed how many fighting game developers are not embedded in the fighting game community like we are, all right? Like, I've seen this time and time and time again now, where those, like, we assume that if someone's making a fighting game, they're into it as much as we are, but not necessarily. People make fighting games for different reasons than we play them. So, yeah, right? They might, you can't always fault them for that, right? Yeah, Frank Show Fighters didn't have hit stun, stuff like that, yeah. Combat on Atari 2600. Fighting game, sometimes there are walls between you and being behind the walls, like blocking. You get it, you get it. Everything's a fighting game. Yeah, spectacle, okay, and thank you there, yo, Sencho. Yeah, Sifu and Devil May Cry, spectacle fighter. I like stylish action, right? I think that is actually the PR terminology that they use for Devil May Cry, like years and years ago. It was like stylish action, and I think that is actually very fitting, like Bayonetta, right? Stylish action. That makes a lot of sense. Yo, Hayama saying that there's yeah, the beat 'em ups, calling fighting games beating ups, and European European communities oftentimes refer to fighting games as beat 'em ups, right? That was the preferred term for them. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair, Aaron. Right? Yeah, you mentioned the DMC because the mod space for distributing mods, homebrew, Dojin is shrinking. It really is, right? A lot of the, I guess, central repositories have started shutting down, and even like DL site for Dojin games is less accessible for Westerners to be able to purchase from it. Yeah, character action game, I think, is the one that took over there for that those DMC stylish action games, right? Oh, I love that, the Pelea Lucha difference there, Hayama. That's cool. Yo, what's up, Wednesday? Yeah, I know, the DL site changes, and it was always frustrating, man. Are you kidding me? Like, whenever I wanted to buy something from DL site, I used to have to call my credit card company so that they could put a flag on my account that would allow me to purchase from DL site. It would tell DL site that I was authorized to purchase from them. But the credit card company had to go in and explicitly flag my account, and that flag only lasted 30 minutes. So it was just, right? I'm just like, these are the hoops that I have to do, and now it's even harder. Now there's a bunch of region blocking. I believe I still have access to it from Canada. I know Germany got restricted, and I believe the US recently got restricted. But then they removed payment methods for people outside of Southeast Asia, right? Like different types of payment methods. So it's much harder to actually be able to engage with it now. Foxy, you think that a developer could become a fighting game developer by chance? Certainly you feel that it happened to all of us. Yeah. And this is it. And there's nothing wrong. Like, people love fighting games for a whole variety of reasons, right? Some of them are the combat, some of them are the characters, the story, the worlds, the style, the music, right? Like, there are so many avenues to enjoy and appreciate these games, right? And I think when I discovered my love for fighting games, it was not tournaments. It was not, you know, the Daigo parry. Those weren't the things that made me love the genre, right? And so, yeah, you can end up playing them for a very different reason and also making them, right? So I think, yeah, just to tie that into the like, what is a fighting game and how are they being positioned, right? Like, you might be coming from it as a developer from a very different place than we as players. At that DL site, good luck dealing with video orders. Oh, I know, right? And yes, let us support Heatwave, friends. The UK button mashers thing, then calling beat 'em ups fighters stems from that Mean Machines mag. A lot of the tone of that writing was just kind of a mess. Yo, bringing in the historical lore. Thank you, Aaron. That's, yes, absolutely. Noggin slogging. Oh, see, no, man, like, okay. There are some amazing fighting game turns. I mean, for me, my favorite is the Canadian mix-up. Have y'all been hit by the Canadian mix-up before? It's when your opponent just messes up and drops a combo, and then is just like, I don't know, overhead, and then you get hit by the overhead. Yeah, that's the Canadian mix-up. Yeah. We have a remarkable ability here to turn our mistakes into, I'm not going to say good plays, but I did get you. The Mexican Shoryu? Does the Mexican Shoryu, is this the only move performed by the Brazilian Ken? Because I have encountered the Brazilian Ken before. I'm just like, I'm just saying, like, did someone steal a move there? Because, like, Brazilian Ken loves the Shoryuken. What is the connection? Oh my god, the Mexican... Seriously? Is that it? Does Ryu Ken crouch heavy punch? Can't reliably dragon punch, just crouch heavy punch. I mean, hey, look, that is good advice, alright? That is just solid advice. Yeah, that must be the KOF influence, right? It's gotta be. Okay, yo, we are like an hour and 18 minutes into the stream. Yo, this has been a good chat, but we should be getting to play some fighting games. I have a feeling I'm gonna no signal in any moment here. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to fill up my drink. I think y'all should take an opportunity to get a drink, maybe a snack as well. A granola bar, I don't know, a scone, something like that. Grab a drink, and then we're gonna go travel through some Fightcade, man. We're gonna play some Fightcade games. It'll be good. Play some classics, maybe play something new, and celebrate the wild world of games that are available at our fingertips. So I will be right back, friends. Stick with me for English Fighter Monday here in the basement. I appreciate y'all coming through, as always. I will see you in just a few minutes. What is up, my fine friends? How y'all doing? Welcome back. We are chilling here on Niche Fighter Monday. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I see you in there, Super. Welcome, welcome. Favorite fighting game is Puyo Puyo Tetris Yama? Yes, I mean, this is a correct statement. Tetris, also a fine fighting game. Mario Kart, definitely up there. Yo, Mario Strikers, for real, has some of that fighting game vibe, right? Yo, Joe P, I have been avoiding the Balatro because I feel like it'll be bad for my health. I'm going to assume that this Flycast game is going to be hella loud. All right, guys, can we guess what we're playing? I think January might know. Let's go, Sam Show. Samurai Hoedown. When all the pigs get together for a hoedown. The Samurai Hoedown. I think I have played this game all of. Oh wow, that's still very loud, aren't you? Let me turn you down a little bit. Oh no, we're that would require preparation, KO. I appreciate the suggestion, but that would require preparation that I have not engaged in. Basically defines round one arcades. Every single one you went to has it. Seriously? That's awesome. All right. So yeah, I don't have much experience here. Okay. I got a little experience with Charlotte, so... Oh my god. Dodge, dodge and turn, increase power, break, defense, combo slash, rage explosion. Hyper dodge. Okay, okay. I didn't realize we had grooves. Okay. Pirate Pummel. Pirate Pummel's an excellent one. Yes. Underrated game in the series. Oh wait, shit, are you serious? Tri-slash, now a charge move. Splash Fountain, now 236S. Alright, we'll see. Okay. Long-range pokes. That's what we're doing here. The grooves bestow the individual mechanics of each of the other Sam Show games, 6 being the original to the... Oh, that's actually really cool. Fucking Joe! They both have good Charlottes. Oh my god, that makes me so happy, dude. Oh shit. God, how do I... There we go. I mean, I do like a good sword wielder. I was a Marth player in Melee. Yeah, it also did like no damage. I was really surprised. Samsung 1 is the simplest. You have a few special mechanics and massive damage buff. 5 are the most complicated. Not sure about the others. Okay, interesting. Oh, jeez. Whoops. Interesting, yeah, damage in 6 was lowered for whatever reason. Oh, and there's like a negative penalty, or is... I do see, there is that bar right below the health bar. I'm not sure what that does. Yeah, less about big damage, more about disarming. Okay. No weapon for you. I can just camp on this, man. That's fine. Bar under is your damage gauge. The more you attack, the less damage you do, unless you let it fill back up. Oh, okay, okay. Because, yeah, I was like, no, because I thought, Kiro, you're right. I thought guard gauge at first, but then I was like, oh, it's not actually doing anything. Like, I'm not actually blocking or guarding or having anything to do with that, and it was changing. So I was like, oh, what is that for? I mean, perhaps the AI hit me when it was low on the damage, like, scale, right? Oh. I mean, I like the doggo, though. Jeez. Oh, come on. Oh, jeez. No. Womp womp. Oh, Mohas, you ask when's Lies of P. I think the real question is when's co-op Dark Souls? Oh, jeez. Ah, that works. That'll probably kill too. Better kill. Lies of... See, no, but that leads right into Lies of D's nuts. I mean... What's Lies of D's? Oh, big whiff. No. I mean, it still feels very Sam Show to me, and like, admittedly, I have comparatively little Sam Show experience compared to a lot of other games. What was my first Sam Show? Probably 2? None of my arcades had them regularly. The reboot was the one I played the most, admittedly. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think 1 is pretty overlooked. Still fun today. They're all really interesting. I mean, I find Sam Show as a series pretty fascinating because like I feel like they really have like changed quite a bit over the years, but still managed to keep kind of a core of like, I don't know, this like core identity. Oh, just go into it. Oh, jeez. Dead. Ooh, excuse me. Yo, absolutely, January, right? They all play very differently, even though they feel similar. Whoop. Yeah, you're an old fart. You were even hyped for the SNES port. No, there is something about the yeah, the nature of Sam Show. There's a lot of like there's a lot of skill involved and like technical nuance to the game, but also at like a very base level, it's like button, maybe special, right? And you're doing damage usually, right? Like seemingly less damage in this compared to some other titles. Oh, I got dribbled. So cute. Is your favorite track? This is pretty chill. Oh! Right. Because, yeah, that's still so much of the game is like, right? Is like, whatever, Sam Show 2019, I want to say? Very much like disarm, dodge, and then, like, get big combo. Pre-COVID Sam Show. When you're at the green part of your health bar, 236 BC? Okay. It's like desperation. Cool, cool. Yeah, no, feel free. If you guys got any tips, things I should be doing, things, tools I'm not using, let me know, because I didn't read the manual. Ah, okay, okay. With 6's, the spirit dodges will... Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay. Ah, whoops. Oh, the opponent has to hit the after image? Okay, okay, cool. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, the duck is the easiest one? Interesting. All right. Ah, dang. I thought I was going to hit him with the anti-air. Yeah, absolutely. After I do this run, I will be down for some matches, friends, for sure. Oh, and I could just keep using it. I thought it was one-use desperation. Does it go away if I hit with it? Ah, damn. No. All right. It is on cooldown. Okay. Ah, Jace. Oh, jeez. Just do it. Also resets to a starting amount if you use it after it's... Oh, okay, okay. Good luck, thanks. Appreciate that. That sounds reassuring already. That was dope. Oh. No! Oh. It's now an actual command grab? Alright. Ah, whoops. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Let's see what this is all about. We're just going to hell. They said the name! They said the name! Say the line, Bart! Oh, that seems fair. That seems like a fair trade. Oh yeah, this is normal. Oh, I'm okay, not dead, thankfully. Eee! Seriously? You're gonna play True Darkness Legend with Epsilon? Oh, that's amazing, Hayama. Yo, That game is so sick. Like, I'm gonna have to check that out, dude. Ah, yes. Wait, did my sword break? Oh, there it is. All right, yep. Okay, cool. Where is she? Okay, okay. I'm gonna try the Sam Show 1 mode. Let's see if this is, let's see how different this is. But jeez. For real, dude. Yeah, it's possible the punish is just super hard, yeah. This game has a ton of characters, Graph. It's so wild. Aw, too early. Okay. I'm just doing it. We're doing random fight. Let's go. Let's see some characters. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. After this one, we're gonna take to online. Yeah, that comboed. Fuck. I was just like, come on, just put pressure on him until my weapon comes back. All right. Yo, I'm looking to play, friends. Can't combo after whirlwind. I know, right? Ugh, it feels like you should be able to. There's a bunch of that. There's a bunch of like hit animations that make me be like, oh no, you should be able to. Yo, all right. Let's run it with Jan. Oh my god. Too many characters. Oh shit. Let's play some Tam Tam. Let's go. There we go. Weird Ukiyo? Maybe. Oh, the pursuit. Nice. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This is the problem with straying outside your comfort zone in games that you're not super familiar with. Busted Yu-Gi-Oh function. Ah. That is delightful. Yeah. Oh, too far. Should have jumped in with the kick, I guess, eh? Damn! I just gotta hold that. I guess I should have dodged it. I should have known better. Oh, jeez. I got the big neutral jump. Oh, no. Oh, whiff. Just do it. Just do it, man. It's the desperation move for a reason, right? Oh, no, no, no dodge for me. Oh, I tried to do it again. No, you're not gonna let me get away with that twice. Fair, fair, fair. Oh, really? Really? Look at me thinking I could just jump in on you like that. For reals, man. That killed me? I was like, no, no, it's fine. I'm gonna have another turn. It's okay. I'm gonna get my ass perfected this round. Holy shit. No, no, no wake up, no invincibility. Fair. Yeah, there's a neutral frame on Wake Up. Okay, cool. I mean, I should have figured, like, this is not a game that usually lets you get away with that shit. Yeah, you can only block on that frame, but you do have throw protection. Okay. Yeah, see, yeah, that's... Guy, just give me my Tatsu Infinite. Like, I'm a simple man with simple tastes. I mean, this is also why I'm playing Giant Triangle Projectile, but... Oh, jeez. Oh, really? Whoops. Good punish. Into super. Is this gonna kill? No, it's not. But I lose my sword. Oh yeah, that's a big problem for me, is that I'm not sure of what my kid is like without weapon. Like I can figure something out when I have a weapon, but yeah, I think that's I'm like desperate to to get my my tool back. Run up throw. Fuck, I'm done. Yeah. Yeah, we said Mr. Zodawa, it turns out your table completely fried the IO. Oh shit, really? Oh, 236D is their slide hit grab? Okay, I need to be using that more. I forgot about that completely. Okay, here, let's do one more here. Yeah, only special she can do while disarmed. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Oh, we'll do one more here, and then I'll see if Grav wants to get in for some matches, and then see what else is up. Oh, that's brutal, dude. I'm sorry to hear. Man, electronics, you gotta watch out sometimes. It's like, fuck. Oh, come on. Too far? Yeah. Oh, good shit. Oh, I jumped back into that shit. Oh, silly me. Do I know anyone else going to CB who might want to play VTS against you? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yo, GG's. GG's, Jan. Hey, there we go. Let's run this set. Yo, absolutely. Absolutely, I will let you know, man. This is the thing, man, like, I gotta open up a wiki sometimes, just so I'm like, okay. Where the hell did she go? Because, yeah, there's a lot of systems that it's like, you should have an understanding of them. Yeah, dream cancel? Okay, sweet. Hey, and I got my pink outfit. Sweet. But yeah, Mohast, I'm not sure. No one off the top of my head, but like, I figure any of our niche fighting crew would probably be down. Oh, jeez. Oh, yo, the all-in together schedules have come out? They're probably not officially released yet, are they? Much earlier than last year. Yeah, let people know now. Haven't had the chance to make the post. Sweet. SFTM goes, think you're good for Murfight on the late PM side of things. Awesome. Yeah, if SFTM is early, hopefully it doesn't overlap with my mystery game stuff. But yeah, more time to jam around casuals, exactly. Nice. Yeah, usually by Sunday, nothing to do. Might be tournaments. Think be kicked out of them all by Sunday. I mean, that's it, right? It's like, I would almost rather sometimes just be like, no, let me go and lose very quickly if I'm gonna lose. And then I can just do whatever the heck I want, right? Oh, miss my crouch medium. Oh, again. Oh. Do it again. Oh god, sometimes someone should just take a controller away from me. I will just do all the things. Yeah, I thought it was a 24-hour ballroom. Hey, that's always fun, Mohast. I'm just waiting for it. We're gonna be running VTS money matches. Oh, what? Hey man, I do enjoy a good surprise. So, yo, who are y'all running in Murfight for the tournament at Combo Breaker? I'm like, I'm tempted to just run the Octonia to be like, can I do it? Can I make my way through these killers? Because there's gonna be some killers. Feel pretty confident with Odon? Nice. I'm glad to hear that we're gonna get an Odon in there at least. I was like, are we? I figured you were going with Bolt. Yeah. I know Bolt. You've talked about like you can ruin someone's day with Bolt. I know, I'm kind of the same with Jiro, actually, where I'm like, I feel like I kind of want to play Jiro, but I feel like I need to give more time. So I'm kind of like, Atlas Octonia is where I'm at. And like, I gotta be real, I feel like Atlas would have the better the better chance overall. Yo, what's up, Lanky? Yeah, Evo Japan just wrapped up. Bunch of announcements. Oh, jeez. Right? And Jiro, man, like I feel like Jiro and Atlas are very, very similar in some ways. And that's it. I think I have a bigger comfort level with Atlas. And then being able to play with Beam, Heal, and then whatchamacallit, Armor I think is pretty big. Lanky, what are you talking about, man? There's like 9 indie and niche games coming out on the XR Arcadia. Just go buy one. No, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't even do it. Yeah, Artina and Bolt are gonna be a couple killers, just like I mean, scrub killers for lack of a better word. But yeah, then I think Clamilton is gonna have it's gonna be like, you know, good results for little input kind of character, I think. Yeah, I know. His heavy kick and clam move just do so much freaking damage, and then he has built-in like projectile keep away nonsense, and then the variability of the elements on his stuff. It's just, it's a great recipe for kind of like messing someone's day if they're not familiar enough. I think high level, it's gonna take him a little bit more, like to kind of like if you go up against a really like, you know, whatever, well practiced or knowledgeable Arctina, that's gonna be a little different story. You push the button, you push the button. Good games, Grav. I appreciate you coming in for some matches, as always. Oh, the Exa Arcadia. So there, you should go check it out. I had a long talk about the Exa Arcadia. It's an arcade platform, so not affordable. Let's just say, but like handful of indie game announcements for it, or niche fighter announcements more accurately. And we did get, I mean, if you didn't hear it, so there was news about Robo-O, Uchu Mega Fight, and Kianta. Let me see if I can't pull this up. Yo, well, the official announcement. Yo, Skularis. Well, yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for joining and welcome. So yeah, no, the Niche Fighter Monday, man. Every Monday, we get together, and yeah, I hop around through a bunch of different games. I usually try to do themed days. These weeks, I've been prepping for a bunch of stuff, so we've been doing more casual Fightcade kind of stuff. But we usually, explore, play, analyze, learn new indie and niche fighting games, and then we play matches. We do Fightcade lobbies. We occasionally I host some tournaments. But on Mondays it's usually exploration, learning, talking, and playing some games. So I'm always open for suggestions, man. Like especially on like the Fightcade fun days and stuff, man. When we're just like trolling through Fightcade, always open to some good suggestions to play some matches with y'all. Yeah, absolutely. Here's a link to the video from Uchizine. That is that's what I'm trying to find now. Actually, is here we go. So we got oh, where is it? There we go. So we got a new Uchu Mega Fight, version 1.50. We got new characters. I love it, man. Like I said, we were talking about this earlier on, where like the Kianta Uchu Mega Fight Robo O crossover world is making me so happy right now. Grav, it makes me so unbelievably happy. Like, so yeah, Kianta's getting an update with a new character. Uchu Mega Fight's getting an update with a new character. Robo O is getting a new character. The revamp of Robo O 3.0 is like coming to completion. It's like we're into phase 5 now, basically. I mean, let me be real. I want to play Gianta. Like, shit. I missed this. I did not see the sword-wielding version. Oh my god, delayed sword projectile? Please. Sir. The Steam edition. That's right. I knew it was coming to Steam, friends. This is exciting. Like, I must say, I am very excited that I do it playable on Steam and packaged versions. I do in fact have a packaged version of Uchu Mega Fight from, I believe, last year or 2 years ago at Evo Japan. The one was produced. Oh man, so good. But yes, we are getting more. Look at this art. This is so good. Guys, this is beautiful. This is exactly what I want to see, man. Oh, Famicom fighting game in a tabletop cab. It's got the they've got the I love the Famicom controllers here. They got the move list. Beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, we got a couple of nice little announcements. I mean, a little sad that the XR Arcadia stuff might not be coming to to PCs like we'd like. So that is unfortunate. There's some unfortunateness with the Exa stuff. But that being said, more of these games are getting produced, and it's something for the arcade scene to chew on. And then for us, we have a lovely little trio of games that are getting so much support. Like, I don't think we need to take a moment here and really appreciate like Foxy, Harama Self, Uchizine, as well as all of the other developers, of which there are several other, Inazuma Kakato, right? Like, there are so many people out in the Yokohama scene who are like doing amazing stuff and supporting these games so thoroughly. Like, I have been on the Robo O ride since almost the beginning, and seeing it go from like legitimately a game that you could probably have on an NES cartridge to something that like genuinely I think is beyond the limits of the NES in so many ways at this point has been beautiful, right? We have gone from like normals, specials, no throws to a tag team mechanic, right? With completely revamped art in the past several years. Like this has been such great support. So, I mean, if you're able to, I would say go support these folks, right? Foxy Boxy has been, I mean, and Foxy is an amazing supporter of the digital basement as well, which I always appreciate. But even if they weren't, I'd still be yapping about their games because they're amazing. But like like Robo O, guys, is criminally underpriced. This game is $2.29 Canadian. It is $2.29 Canadian. Friends, if you stop by a coffee shop at any point in the next 30 days, don't. Just once. Just once, don't walk into that coffee shop and buy a coffee. Instead, go home and buy Robo O. Because y'all are missing out if you don't have it already, right? Same thing, like Uchu Mega Fight. I'm so glad that that's coming to Steam. Like the fact that like a Pico 8 fighting game, and this is, guys, this is a Pico 8 fighting game that is beautifully developed. Like it is so impressive what Uchizine's managed to put together with the Pico 8 as a platform. And once again, even if it wasn't on the Pico 8, this would be a genuinely impressive and entertaining game that deserves your time, right? So, yo, we're doing the full shill. And then, of course, Ultra Fight Da Chianta 2. Which is free to play, right? As is Uchu Mega Fight. Like, look, you can get these 3 amazing games that we have played countless times around here that I will not stop talking about. 3 of these games for $2.29 Canadian. This is not even American. This is Canadian cent. Dudes, the Canadian dollar's doing a little bit better these days. This is like $1.50, right? Like, cheaper than a cup of coffee in Boston, right? Like, it's just, it's within it, right? This is one of the things I talk all the time about support your indies, right? And support comes in so many different forms, right? Support can be the retweeting, it can be the signal boosting, it could be being a part of the community, it could be just hanging out and talking and responding to these folks on socials, right? That's a level of support. Getting the game, like reviewing it when you have it. These are all things you can do. Even the free-to-play games, like talk about them, recommend them to friends, review them on these platforms, help them get out there, man. It's very, very little effort sometimes to have like a huge impact and influence on some of these indie devs, right? So yeah, and I've been making a point of this now where I say to myself, you know what, like I usually stop by my local coffee shop, right? And it's like I do that 3-4 days a week and spend, right, more than $2.39 or whatever it is on a cup of coffee. And I'm still doing that and I'm still enjoying that. But like all it takes is once a week. I do it once less a week. And then all of a sudden that is $2.50 that is going to a Patreon, like the Frostfire Patreon or Matrified and Murphite, right? It could go to any number. It can go to Mutrex and Beasts of Mystery, right? You can go drop $2.50 on a lovely little indie game on Steam or itch.io or something like that. And it's, I mean, for me, one of these games is going to go a lot further than a cup of coffee. And I don't know. It's one of those simple, easy things that I could just I can shift a little bit. Like I said, I walk past that coffee shop for one day and then I go and grab something on Steam. And I'm happier for it. It supports a developer, right? Yeah, cheaper than a coffee at a music festival. This is it, man. Like I went to I went to a concert the other day and that was it. I bought a drink, man, and I'm like, why am I paying $12 for a single drink? Like, this is absurd. It was like a canned beverage and a bottle of water, and it was like $16. I'm like, this is wild, right? But it's also something that I'm not like, I don't like, it's the thing that I do. It's the thing you do. It's like, yeah, no, I understand that there's this like event tax, right? Where when you go to an event, a festival or something like that, they charge that premium, right? And it's like, I try to avoid that where I can, but also it happens, and I kind of accept it, right? So I don't know, when there's something that you can just make a little change, right? It's like the Patreon stuff in particular, where I thought about that, where I'm like, people aren't asking for a lot. $2 to $5 a month is what most people ask on their Patreon, and I can speak from experience. Like those couple bucks a month from all my patrons make a world of difference. Like not only like actually monetarily in the balance books at the end of the year, but like knowing like that support, knowing that I can make this more sustainable and people are responding to what I'm doing is such a huge boost, right? And it doesn't take that much for me to be like, you know, I'll eat the festival pricing and support the things that I love, because that's it, man. Like I love going to concerts, I love going to live events, I want to support the musicians. Unfortunately, that means sometimes there's the venue tax where if I want a bottle of water, it's going to be $7.50, right? But it's within my power to do that. So I'm like, that's what I do, right? So I don't know. Maybe think about that, right? Like it's always like, what can you do within your power to support the things that we want more of in the world? I want more beautiful art in the world. I want to support the artists who are making it. I want more amazing games in the world. I want to support the developers who are making it, right? I want more people performing music in live venues. I'll support that where I can. So I don't know. Let's we were talking positivity earlier on today. So let's end on a bit of a positive note and say, thank you to all the amazing artists out there doing your thing. Support them where you can, friends, and let's see what we can do to get more great shit in the world. And I think on that, I will call it for a day. Everyone, thank you for the matches, friends. Thank you for the suggestions. Thanks for the lovely chat. I think, you know what? Let me take a look here. Actually, I don't know if Plasma is. Plasma Sword is just chatting. So, let's go join Plasma Sword as she discuss a little bit of the X Arcadia stuff. Get another perspective on the Exa stuff and see what's going on and what she's thinking about that. So yeah, friends, be safe out there. Hey, spend those Bezos bucks. If you got a Twitch Prime sub, I always appreciate it. Whether you drop it on me, whether you drop it on Aaron, support them, support these folks, and don't let Jeff Bezos keep those Prime subs. And yeah, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. I'll see you next time here in the basement. All right, friends? Adios.
Redo all the sound effects in less than a week. Jesus Christ. Like, we had already planned to dip at this point, so I gave him a build about an hour before I boarded a flight to PAX South and told him if you wanted